Hey guys, I'm Matt Joseph Diaz, working in conjunction with Ravishly.com, and today I want to talk to you about anger. Being angry is something that I struggled with for a long time, especially in my younger years when I was at my most socially anxious and had a lot of problems interacting with people. I held on to a lot of anger because I felt rejected. I felt ostracized from the people around me. I felt like I didn't belong. And because we tend to project things outward instead of actually dealing with our own insecurities, I very quickly became angry about the circumstances I was in. I blamed it on everyone else except myself. When I finally came to grips with my own anger issues, when I realized it was something I needed to deal with, I even went about that in the wrong way as well. Because my first reaction was to say, okay, I obviously have these anger problems, I'm not gonna feel angry anymore. And even though it's a really beautiful thing to want, it's not how being a human being works. See, there's a spectrum of human emotion, and unfortunately, that's not something that can be avoided. I feel like especially when you're young and you're going through a difficult time, we have this immediate reaction that's just, okay, you know what, I'm just not gonna feel anything anymore. There's a wide spectrum of human emotion, and unfortunately, you can't avoid feeling all of those things. You're going to feel all of it to some extent. That's not something you can control at all. What you can control is how you process, address, and handle it. Being someone with a hot temper who flies off the handle at any opportunity is not okay. But also being someone who never addresses their anger problems is not okay. The only reason we tend to focus on one and not the other is that one is louder and has way more immediate consequences than the other does. If you're someone with anger problems who constantly blows up at people, people can tell. They'll see you as abrasive. They'll avoid you because of it. And letting your anger constantly have control of you will ruin your social relationships. However, never addressing your negative feelings is something that can ruin you as well. It just does it slower and more quietly and more personally. If you're someone who lets your anger stew inside of you, if you never open up and communicate about them, if you never address these negative feelings, even if it's not to blame it on someone else, but just to talk about them, if you don't address these negative emotions as part of the human experience, it's just going to stew inside of you and it'll rot you from the inside out. For the better part of the last 2 or 3 years, I never let myself address my negative emotions. I wanted to be viewed as a positive person. I wanted to be viewed as a force for good in the world. And I thought the only way to do that was to convey a positive energy toward everyone all the time. But you can't do that. It's unrealistic. As with everything else in the human experience, anger and emotion is a delicate balance. It's something that needs to be carefully maintained. Too much of it and too little of it can hurt and ruin you. When you feel mad and when you feel angry, it's because you're upset. It's because someone or something has hurt you. And it's important to be able to identify these things because that's how we address and remedy them. If you were never angry and you were never upset, you wouldn't be able to know what things transgress your own personal boundaries. And understanding and building those personal boundaries are what really help you establish important relationships. Because if you want a relationship to be communicative and to be healthy, you have to say, okay, here's my personal line and I am trusting you not to cross it. I'm giving you access to who I am emotionally, mentally, sexually, and I'm trusting you to not transgress these boundaries. And when someone does, you have to be able to understand and to verbalize that it isn't okay. Anger can be a scary and poisonous thing. I've seen it destroy people. I've seen it destroy me. But those negative emotions and those situations tied in with it are what's important, because those are the building blocks to understanding yourself, to being better, and to forming better and stronger relationships. Well guys, that's all for now. Check out Ravishly.com for a bunch of great articles, including stuff that I write. Check out my Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, all at Matt Joseph Diaz. And if you like the work I do here, feel free to check out mattjosephdiaz.com/donate. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.